Do you know Ash doesn't act like his usual self whenever another guy shows interest in Misty? You noticed that too, right? So today, that's exactly what we're going to talk about. Hello everyone! I'm back with your favorite poke shipping explanation video, and today we're diving into Navel Maneuvers, one of the most famous poke shipping episodes. In this episode, Ash earns his second Orange League badge here, but this episode isn't just special because of the gym battle, it also puts a major focus on Ash and Misty's relationship. So let's dig in. Ash, Misty, and Tracy arrive at Navel Island and meet Danny, the gym leader. The group introduces themselves as usual, but things become interesting when Danny suddenly compliments Misty on her beauty, surprising everyone. Well, nobody expected that. Our sassy Misty was obviously happy hearing compliments about her looks. Now, many people misunderstood this scene and accused Misty of enjoying another boy's attention or even questioned her loyalty. But let's understand something about Misty. As we know, Misty was often neglected in her family. Her older sisters treated her as the messy younger sibling while calling themselves the sensational sisters. Misty was rarely appreciated, acknowledged, or praised for anything she did. Nobody really complimented her appearance, her abilities, her knowledge, or even her inner strengths. Yes, we've seen Ash being captivated by her beauty at times, but he rarely ever put his feelings into words. So this was actually the first time someone directly complimented Misty on her beauty. Naturally, she felt happy and enjoyed the special treatment from a gentle man. Now let's continue with the story. Danny guides them toward the gym while the group shares some playful conversations. Misty teases Ash by calling him immature, which immediately gets under his skin. Ash confidently boasts about his own skills, and their usual banter begins. Danny notices this, and then gives one of the most memorable poke shipping comments. People who argue a lot usually get along really well. This was probably the third time random people implied Ash and Misty shared a close or romantic bond. This time, however, Misty denies it and says she doesn't get along with immature boys and prefers intelligent, mature guys instead. That comment instantly annoys Ash because Misty is suddenly giving a stranger a lot of attention. Soon they reach the challenge area. Ash is told that the challenger must climb to the top by his own effort, while companions can use the cable car. Danny and Ash begin climbing separately. Misty cheers for Danny and tells Ash not to fall behind, which annoys him even more. This scene became especially popular among Western fans because of a dub alteration. In the dub, Ash sounded upset because Misty seemed more worried about Danny than him. In the original version, however, he mainly gets fired up by her teasing. Either way, he loses his grip, falls, but manages to continue climbing. As the sun sets, both boys finally reach the top where Misty and Tracy are waiting. Then comes another cute moment for poke shippers. Misty excitedly welcomes them, and Ash almost seems to expect her to run toward him. But instead, she goes to Danny and offers him her blanket because of the cold weather. And Ash? He looks even more bothered. Now this is where everyone should pay attention. This episode's poke shipping moments mostly come from Ash's side. If you revisit the episode carefully, you'll notice Ash acting differently from the moment Danny complimented Misty. He becomes restless and irritated whenever he isn't getting her attention. First, he looked surprised by Danny praising her. Then he became frustrated when Misty kept spending time around Danny. Ash, who usually stays focused on battles, suddenly became determined to beat a guy who happened to be getting attention from Misty. At that point, it didn't feel like just a gym challenge anymore. It felt personal. What's interesting is that Ash initially didn't even know Danny was a gym leader. He thought Danny was simply another challenger. Normally, Ash encourages fellow challengers and gets along with them. But here, he was acting strangely. So what do you think the reason was? For me, this was a pure poke shipping moment. It shows there was someone who mattered a lot to Ash, maybe even without him consciously realizing it himself. And this becomes even stronger when we realize we've never really seen Ash become this restless when other guys interacted with his other female companions. No one else triggered that reaction. But only Misty could. Well, overall, it was a really interesting episode. Ash eventually competes against Danny and wins his second Orange League badge. That's all for today, folks. I'll see you again in the next video. Until then, keep smiling and keep poke shipping.